Good evening, Towson. I am Max Radbill.
And I'm Jessica Bercuda. This is 16 News.
We start off tonight with breaking news, a situation where many students and faculty were thought to be in danger.
That's right, Max. TUPD reported earlier this afternoon that there was someone seen on campus with a gun. But as you'll hear from 16 News reporter Ariana Perez, the outcome of the situation was unexpected.
It could have been a dangerous situation for Towson University students, but ended up being a false alarm. It was around 1 p.m. when students suddenly heard a voice through the external voice system announcing that there was a subject on campus carrying a weapon.
He saw a subject walking from the footbridge that leads from Osler Drive area to the rear of Burdick Hall, and that the individual was, in his words, was carrying what was clearly a handgun.
One of the text messages alerted teachers that campus was under lockdown and asked everyone to remain in a safe place. Center for the Arts coordinator, Heather Sorensen, was one of the first people to take action for the safety of everyone.
They asked us to please stay in our buildings. I notified the building occupants by email and phone calls to please close their office doors. We shut down the box office because we're sensitive. And we notified classes in the building because they don't have computers necessarily in there getting the notifications. And we stayed in communication with folks as best we could at the time. And we were updated that the subject was apprehended and that it was actually a prop weapon and the person was not a theater major.
Diana Goldsmith and Alex Shade walked out of their classroom in the CFA building and witnessed the moment in which Towson University police found the subject.
When we first came out of class, we didn't even realize that he was sitting there. But then someone had in the hall told us that we should get into a room and lock the doors. And so one of our classmates told the kids sitting in the hall, if you guys want to come inside and come in this classroom with us and lock the door. And then the kid stands up and is like, "Oh, I have the gun right here." And we all kind of freaked out. And then the police officers came over and spoke with him, and he was cooperating. And it looked like he kind of understood, oh, this was kind of not the right thing to do.
Bernard J. Gerst, chief police, says that later the subject was found to be a student.
The weapon was being brought to class as a theater prop. It was a person who was taking a theater class, and they brought it to campus to the Center for the Arts building as a theater prop for their class.
Although the weapon was found to be a replica, the police took hold of it.
As you can see, it's a replica of a Sig Sauer P226 handgun, semi-automatic. And as you can see, there's no indication. Typically a toy gun will have an orange barrel. There's no indication at all that this is a toy firearm. Other than its weight being lighter. But if I walked down the street carrying this, you would certainly believe it was a real firearm.
After an email was sent out informing students of the event and clarified the confusion, students and faculty went back to their daily routine.
Because the person was not arrested, he is not under arrest, he's not charged with anything of that nature. We won't be able to release his name. He's not being charged with a crime or anything of that nature. We will talk with university officials about the appropriate action regarding having this device on campus, because our weapons policy is pretty clear. Even replica weapons are not supposed to be brought on campus unless you go through the right processes to get permission, so that everybody knows ahead of time what you're going to do, and that the right safeguards can be put in place.
Reporting from Towson University, Ariana Perez, 16 News.
Thanks, Ariana. Though the gun issue has been resolved, Towson Police is still in need of your help. TUPD is calling on the community to help identify 2 persons of interest in regards to a theft in the administration building, which took place on October 25th. If you have any information on the 2 subjects, contact TUPD at 410-704-2134.